This is slide number, no, on Thursday, sorry. 360. 360. And now we are going to check some of the common mistakes, common problems that people make when we are talking about these type of exercises. Expanding pieces. In this case, we're going to go through the next part. That is going to be common mistakes using connectors. This, no, sorry, what? That, which, who, for location where, for time when, and of course, whose. Okay, this is a very important part that I want to cover with you. And I want you to analyze some examples that I will give you in this moment. Okay, observe. So you have these examples. And you have, let's analyze this part. It says, people are lucky. People win the lottery. Okay? In this case, we are going to connect the two ideas into only one, no? The combination of the two ideas. Number one, what connector is the best decision if you have these two ideas? What is the person in this case? Who can tell me? In this case, for example, let's start with Caesar. Caesar, who is the person in this case?
People.
People, very good. So when you say people, do you consider people as human or things? I ask you that to check if you need which or who.
Who?
I agree with you, because we are talking about human people, right?
Yeah.
Well, that is specific connector is the one that we are going to use to connect the two ideas. How do you connect these two ideas? Who would say, who can tell me? Who wants to give a try?
Oh, okay, I understand that. It's not possible to say who people.
Of course not.
Because yeah, it's not correctly. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
The correct is when, no, where, no, which.
But wait.
No.
You said who, no?
Yeah, I said who, but who isn't the correct. Isn't not correct. Said people, who people.
Well, it's not correct to say who people, but the connector is correct. The idea is, remember, we are making combinations. We are combining the two ideas together, and we are using two verbs for the same person. So you need to put the two ideas, the two independent ideas, in one.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you connect the two ideas? We saw that last week on Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay. Mm, who? No. People who win the lottery.
Mhm. Yes, you're very
People
close.
who win the lottery are lucky.
Fantastic. You are correct, brother. People who win the lottery are lucky. And this is precisely the objective here. People who win the lottery are lucky. I want you to focus on the verb are because it's very, very common that people commit the mistake and people usually say, let me shape format, translations, this, and this. People usually say, people who win the lottery is lucky. This is totally incorrect because number one, the word people sounds singular. When you say people, many students say people is. It's super common, and that is not correct. Uh-huh. So you need to be very, very, very careful with the verb to be. Don't collocate are when the person is singular. Don't collocate is when the person is plural. Never, because we need to correspond the person and the verb correctly. In the case of Caesar, you use the correct ability. You copy paste. This is perfect. You take the same verb and you only copy and paste. No difference. You don't need to make a different application. Okay? So be careful. Be careful with this. Number two, the contrary of people or people as singular is I repeat, plural is people and singular.
Person.
Nice. There we go. Because it's one person versus many people. Plural, plural, plural people. So when you connect the second idea, you have here a person who wins the lottery, a person, countable. A person who wins the lottery is lucky. In this case, we use is because we are talking about singular versus plural. Actually, let's change this. Singular, singular person, singular verb, plural people, plural verb. Memorize this. This is so important. Okay. Questions in this moment?
No, teacher.
Okay. Then let's go to problem number 2. Look at this. There is something, is actually, let's take connector off. This specific problem is super common in this level. Attention, guys, because you need to pay attention when you use the connector off. Okay. Who can give me an example using the connector off? Anyone? Hector, Brian. Anyone? Give me an example with off.
Using the for sentences or the new sentence.
If you can make a complex example, go, no problem. But give me an example with connector off. That's the mission.
Okay. Pokemon is the best video game of the world.
Excellent. Pokemon is the best video game of the world. Of the world or in the world? Oh no, this is in the world order. Because the world is a location.
Yeah.
There is another application for off. Off is used to connect two nouns when one belongs to the other, when one possesses the other. Who has an example?
Is possible Pokemon is the best video game of Nintendo?
Exactly, possession. I like it. Pokemon is the best video game of Nintendo.
Nintendo.
People say Pokemon is Nintendo's best video game, no? Which is the same.
Yes.
Pokemon is the best. No. Is Nintendo's best video game. So in this case, in these examples, you can see that off is talking about possession, right? We are connecting two concepts into possession, right? This is the first application of the connector off. Well, in this case, what happens if I use off in this way? Pokemon is one of the best of Nintendo. If you see these examples, I would ask you, do we need video games? No, video game or video games? Which is correct?
Video game.
Video games, ¿no?
Okay, 1 and 1. Okay,
Yes.
we have a, let's make it
My-
into, Hector?
Well, because Pokemon, this is singular because is one of the best.
Because it's 1. Okay, that's a good logic. That's a very good logic. Okay. And Benji, why do you say video games?
Mm, uh, I guess the word is video games because it's one of the many games.
The logic is so perfect in the 2, but only 1 is correct.
Yeah.
And the correct one, I mean, we are thinking in Spanish, and I understand the confusion, but the correct one is video games. Plural. The correct one is plural because we are talking about many video games that Nintendo has. Technically, we are comparing one, like Hector said, with the others. What others are we talking about? Donkey Kong, Mario Bros,
Zelda, etc.
Zelda, etc. Right? There are a lot of video games, but this is one of the best. And we need to speak in plural because we are talking about the group, not one. So in this case, when you say one of the, you need to use the plural noun. You will probably need the plural noun, not the singular.
In this case, teacher, if we omit is one of, probably we can use a video game.
One of no is one of video games. Necessary. Because at the end, the best is a category, no? But you can eliminate the description. You can say Pokemon is one of the, or one of Nintendo's video games. Because they have many. The Last of Us is one of PlayStation video games. You see? And then it becomes about identity.
Yeah.
It becomes about different. It's a group.
Okay.
This theory is important because of this. You will see some examples where you need to connect these two ideas. Let's say that you say, idea number 1, my My mother is opening a restaurant. She is one very good chef compared to others. How do you use the connector of to make a solution in this case? Let's try with Brian. How do you build this idea?
Okay. My mother is opening a restaurant. She's one very good chef. My mother, who is opening a restaurant, is one of is one of the who is opening a restaurant is one of the very good chef.
One of the very good.
Sounds weird.
Exactly. It's one of, let's say.
It's one of the best chef.
Exactly. Chef or chefs?
Chefs.
Correct. Totally correct. It's one. One in the group. Right? Technically, we're saying the best. The group. Difficult or easy? Difficult, teacher. Easy, teacher.
A little
Japanese, teacher.
so teacher.
So? Questions. Give me
Mm,
questions.
well, in this case, is relative easy because hay a clue.
Clue.
How do you say pista in English?
Clue or hint.
Okay, there are clue in parentheses.
Exactly.
Because sorry, but if we don't have this clue,
Clue.
glue, sorry, I guess will be difficult.
Well, I'm gonna give you the clue because the clue goes every time is more oriented to conversation. In the case when I need to compare my mother and compare to the other chefs, then it will be necessary to use one of the best chefs I know, for example. Right?
Okay.
So let's say that the clue is oriented to the occasion or occasional necessity of the structure. If you need the connector, if you need to say one of the, you need this specific structure, and you need to compare. It's like a go together. So in the exam, of course, I'm going to help you with the clues, with the structures that you need to complete. Right? Let's say in this case, these lessons are very situational, very situational. So situations, got it?
Okay.
Are you ready to practice?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's practice with which one can you practice with? Idea number one. Connect these two ideas into one. Merge, not combine, merge. Number one, I know a great little restaurant. No, I know a little restaurant. No, I don't want to go to the little restaurant. That restaurant is one very bad compared to others. How would you connect these two ideas? Elsie.
And return is very bad compared. Oh, oh, I don't want to go. The restaurant is very bad. I don't want to go. I don't to, no, I don't. I don't want to go to that restaurant.
Okay.
Oh, sounds strange. Mm,
Okay, let's see.
I don't want to go to that little restaurant that no teacher.
No, what? What is the question?
Merch.
To how to merge now?
Uh-huh.
So we
I
are comparing, no? a very good strategy is to find the comparative. You know, because if you use the word compare,
Mhm.
this is a very good strategy to determine that I need to use comparisons precisely,
Yeah.
right? In this case, we have compared to others. We are using the word best because we are comparing.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you, what is the, not the comparative, the superlative for the word very bad?
Worst.
That's right. So here, when you use the word worst, you can use the word one of the.
Worst. One of the worst. Worst.
Exactly, one of the worst.
One of the worst. I don't want to go to that little restaurant. That is one of the worst. One of the worst. That's it.
That's it. Perfect. That's correct. What other connector is possible in this case? Because you use that, and that
Which?
replaces other. Exactly. Option number 2, you can use which.
Which is one of the worst. Okay.
One of the worst. Okay, let's give a little repetition here. One of the worst what? One of the worst restaurant or one of the worst restaurants?
One of the worst restaurants.
Correct. Do that. That's the one.
Okay.
See? Very good. Questions in this one, guys? Anyone? No questions?
In this case, a teacher, we can use um, no use the words. In this case, we can use the baddest.
No. The word bad is in the list of exceptions. We have good, bad, far, and many. Many and much.
Okay.
The comparative for bad is worse and worst. The comparisons for good is best and better. In the case of far is farther and farthest. Of further and furthest. We do.
Yeah.
And in the case of much and many, transforms into more, and more transforms to most. So these are the 4 exceptions.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, be careful with exceptions. All right. Who's next? Let's go, Hector. Let's go with this one. I know. Great. There you go. You can get some lunch there. Fusion. Yeah. How do you combine?
Okay. We we can we can get
We can get.
no, no. Okay.
Eliminate. Ay, caray. Extra information.
Extra information. Mm, no. Now we can get no is I know agreed.
We can get a great little restaurant. I think you need to understand. You are not understanding the situation. I know a great little restaurant, right? The person knows a location. So if I ask you, imagine, the previous person made a question. Hey, I am hungry. Where can we go? And the response is, oh, I know a great little restaurant. We can get some lunch there. Do you understand the situation?
Yes, I understand, but I don't have. Ay,
What connector are you going to use?
okay. In this case, is which?
Probably. Probably. But you are not taking into consideration the word there. The word there is an indication of location. And when you say there, I think is where, when, this one. When you use place expressions, like here, there, that place, in that location, etc., you use the connector where, not which.
Okay.
So your connector was wrong.
Okay. In this case, I knew a great restaurant where I knew a great. I knew a great little restaurant where
Did you say I knew?
I know. I knew
Okay.
a great restaurant where
Huh?
no, it's very large.
Probably structure can help you. You say where, and after the connector, What is necessary? I know a great little restaurant where person, verb, complement. The next part is a sequence.
Where we?
Yes, sir.
Where we can get some lunch.
Let's go. That's correct. I think you are confused because this one was easy. What's the questions?
Mhm. Okay, my confusion was because the oración,
Sentence.
sentence, for me, it was very large,
Long.
long.
Was
No.
very long. Why? Why was very long? The 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 original or the second?
No, the second.
Ah, so you are not. Well, that's the point. That's the point. In this moment, we make a transition. We are making a transition for very simple sentences. There's a verb complement and finish, like kindergarten English, with extended language. Two ideas together.
Okay.
You see? So merging ideas is very effective to grow, to expand the language and get to intermediate from evolution, you know?
Okay, teacher. Yeah.
That's the point. All right, we need some exercises. I will pass you an exercise later so you can practice. Okay, let's try with the next one. Let's try with this one. Caesar. Andy knows a guy. This guy works. This guy's brother works with Facundo. How do you combine these two?
Okay. Andy knows a guy. This guy's brother works with. Okay. I remember when the other person is more important,
You use person verb.
you use which?
Use which, okay.
Um,
When the other person is more important, you use which.
no.
Why? Because which is not for persons.
No. Who?
Oh, okay. But anyway, that's not the answer. The connector is not who.
Yeah, I don't remember what is, but I remember only one use when the other person is more important for the principal person. For example, a guy is in this example, this guy is more important than Andy.
Mhm.
But I know remember when okay, who's
Okay. And how do you get that answer?
Okay.
No, but why? Why whose?
Because I use whose when the detail for second person is important.
Mm, we never said that. No, 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 no. We never said that. This is not about importance. Forget about importance and whatever. Everything is important in these ideas. You know, everything.
Yeah.
There is no relevance and there is no priorities, you know. That's not a valid way to check. You use
Yeah.
who when you have two actions corresponding to one person. Okay?
Yes.
You use which when you have two verbs corresponding to one person, but this person is not human.
No, it's a thing.
Exactly. And you use whose. No, where's whose? Here. You use
Who's
whose when you are talking about possessives. Possessives include my, his, her, its, or the, and your, and the apostrophe is.
yeah, and in this case is whose
In this
because
case,
the sentences have more details about a second person or thing.
no, because there is a possessive.
Yeah, guy's brother.
This is not about having more details or more information or because you can have more information, but it probably is where, you know, and that is not the correct, how can I tell you, the correct logic will confuse the connectors. You know, in this case, you need to detect this. The most important part is this. Yes, we have information about the guy, but we have a possessive information. That's the most important part.
Okay,
Get it?
I got it.
Careful with that logic because that can confuse you.
Yeah, but for your explain is good, and I get it.
Okay, awesome. So how do you connect this to it?
Okay. Mm, mm, this guy who's Andy knows.
Okay.
No.
This guy is Andy knows.
This guy who's Andy know is no, her brother works with Facundo. His his brother
Okay, his brother.
his brother works with Facundo.
Okay, I see the confusion. I understand why you selected who.
Yeah,
You
but
selected who because you want to talk about, for you, the most important person is this guy.
no.
Exactly. The most important person in this case, man, is the brother.
Yes.
It's not the guy. So,
Okay.
right?
Uh, Andy know
I know. And Andy?
Andy knows
Okay.
a guy
Okay.
whose his brother works
Okay.
with Facundo.
You are so close. Now that you finally collocate everything perfectly, you need to understand whose. Brother, whose includes the possessive.
Yeah.
So you are making a pleonazo.
Yes.
Whose is
Eliminate his.
exactly
Andy knows a guy whose brother works with Facundo.
correct. That was the correct option. This
Okay.
one over here, this one over here was totally wrong, right? Because you were considering a different person, but here is the correct form. Be careful with whose. That's the reason it's so important to understand the ideas. Questions.
No, teacher.
All right, that's super important, guys. Everybody take notes, because these particular corrections are very good to eliminate questions in the future. Let's try with one more. Who passed already? Okay, Benji, you're next. Who and Hector abandoned us? Everybody. Let's try. Let's try this one. Students will get better scores if they study hard. Change this idea into a whorehus. Is Benji there? Ah, Benji is away. Okay, I had a different answer. So then let's go with Hector, Caesar, Brian, Nelson. Have you passed, Brian? Not yet, right? Okay, Brian, change this.
Students who
Nice.
study hard
Nice, no problem. Study hard.
will get better scores.
You get better scores. Brother, that was easy. Dang it. You know? I wanted a difficult. Okay. You're doing great. You're doing great. Let's go with Elsie. It was he. He had killed them.
It was he. It was him. It was him.
It was him.
He had killed It was. No. No. Eh, it was him who. It was him who.
Did you say him or he?
Him.
Okay. It was him who?
Who. Who had killed them.
You are 90% correct.
Eh,
90% correct. The reason I ask you if you say him or he is because when you transform this with the connector who,
mm,
is necessary a person, a principal person, and him is secondary. This was a little trick, a little.
It was he.
Exactly. The correct way should be it was he.
It was. It was. It was he who had killed them.
Exactly. We need to transform the secondary person into principal person. That was a little detail that I think I need to include in the previous slide.
So always before to who I have to use principal person.
Exactly. Never use secondary persons. Secondary persons. This means, well, secondary persons before the connector. So if you have him, her, them, us, etc., transform them into I, you, he, she, it, we, they.
Okay, teacher.
Super important. Good, 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 good. Let's pass with another one. Benji, you're back.
Yes, sorry.
Cool. Let's go with you. A man doesn't think by himself. That man doesn't think at all. This is a motivational phrase.
Mm. Mm. Okay. A man, no, eh, I guess is this sentence. A man eh, who doesn't think by himself, comma, doesn't think at all.
Amen. Amen. Yes, of course. Take a note because Jessie will pass attendance. Hello, Jess. You there?
Hello. Yes, I am here.
Hi. Hello.
Thank you. So I will take attendance. Is here Benji?
Hi, yes.
Hi,
Present.
Benji. Thank you. Brian?
I am here.
Hi, Brian. Thank you. Cesar?
Hi.
Hi, Cesar. Good night.
Good night.
Elsie?
Hello, good night.
Hi, Elsie. Good night. And Hector.
Hector,
Good night.
yes.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Hector. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you, yes.
See you.
Likewise.
Thank you to
Bye.
you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Very good, Benji. Nice connection. Nice,
Mm.
nice connection. Okay, from the okay. Don't. No. Modern people criticize soldiers. Soldiers. Their duty was cruel and their duty was cruel and I don't know synonyms for cruel. Cruel and inhumane. Okay, that's gonna be the idea. Help me, Hector.
Okay. Mm, Modern people who criticize soldiers.
Modern
Mm,
people who criticize soldiers.
um, soldiers. Okay. They are. It's not. And the people who criticize soldiers. Um, More people who criticize soldiers, which duty was cruel and inhuman.
Okay, so you use two connectors. That can take us. This is the first red flag. You have connector who and connector which. So that is too much information. We only need one connector.
Okay.
Mhm. And
Only,
again,
only who.
okay, who, but we have a problem. Who is the story about? I mean, the principal person is modern people, right?
Oh,
But
right.
who are we talking about in the second idea?
Their duty.
Who is they in this case?
Okay, smaller people criticize soldiers, which duty was cruel and inhumane.
Nice, very close,
Only
very
which?
close. Now you selected which, right? Why which? What's the logic?
Because we talk about for the cruel methods
Of who?
of soldiers.
Of the soldiers. So you are talking about possession, brother. We are talking about possession. For example, in this case, Robert was my partner in my last job. His car. We have a possessive. His car is a Mini Cooper, so Robert, whose car is a Mini Cooper, was my partner. We need not which and not who. We are talking about their duty. So you need to connect the soldiers and the duty.
Okay, modern people. Okay. Modern people who criticize soldiers.
You are going to use two connectors again.
Yeah. Other modern people criticize soldiers, which
again which
soldiers no criticize soldiers. Their in this case is whose?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. I am worried because we are not understanding whose.
Yeah.
I can see that whose is
Whose
very far.
duty was cruel.
That's cool.
And inhumane.
Precision. That's difficult a little bit.
Inhumane.
Here. You.
Human.
Incomplete.
Inhuman.
Excellent. What is this, the strong syllable?
Inhuman.
The last. Inhumane.
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 Inhumane. Okay.
Inhumane. And that one is correct. Read it again. Complete.
Modern people criticize soldiers whose duty was cruel and inhumane.
Yes, sir. That's correct. Easy or difficult?
For me, it's difficult.
Don't worry. We are going to work on that. We need to check some exercises. Let me help you. First, the first thing is understanding. That's the first thing. Okay. Let me help you with some exercises. Please. Okay. At the end of this link in the WhatsApp group, I will pass you reinforcing exercises. I'll pass you this one. There is an exercise that can help you. Over here. And you can do also this. Okay, 3 exercises if you want to continue practicing, and if you want to continue practicing and you want more feedback, please send it to me, right? So I can check it for you. Okay?
Sure.
Okay,
Any question for the moment?
not really.
All right, my people. Well, we finished for today. Have a very good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, teacher. See you guys.
All right. See you.
See you.
Thank you.
Good night.